Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into the world of United States Abraham Lincoln copper pennies, especially the ones with no mint mark. And some of these coins are worth life-changing money. Believe it or not, people have found these pennies in old jars, pocket change, and even at yard sales, only to discover they're worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In this video, we'll break down the rare dates you should be looking for, what a no-mint mark really means, and the valuable minting errors that can turn an ordinary Lincoln penny into a hidden treasure. We'll also explore why certain copper pennies are so valuable and how condition can dramatically increase a coin's worth. So stay tuned, and don't forget to check your coins carefully, because you might already have a rare and valuable penny sitting at home. The story of a 1989 Lincoln penny with no mint mark turning into a hidden treasure worth thousands, or even shocking amounts of money, is exactly the kind of mystery that excites coin collectors around the world. At first glance, it looks like nothing more than a simple 1-cent coin, the kind many people ignore in drawers, jars, or old wallets. But in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest penny can carry a surprising story. The Lincoln cent from 1989 featuring President Abraham Lincoln is part of one of the longest-running coin series in the history of the United States. And for collectors, every date and detail matters. One of the first things people notice is the phrase, no mint mark, and instantly excitement begins. Many assume a missing mint mark means rarity, hidden value, or even a mistake worth a fortune. But here is an important truth. On many Lincoln pennies from that era, no mint mark is completely normal. A 1989 penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which commonly produced cents without placing a letter mark on them. So the absence of mint mark does not automatically turn the coin into a rare discovery. Now imagine the year 1989. America was changing rapidly. Technology was growing, and millions upon millions of pennies were being produced for everyday life. These coins traveled through grocery stores, gas stations, lunch counters, and piggy banks across the country. Because so many were made, most ordinary 1989 pennies are very common today. Yet, that is exactly what makes collectors keep searching. Sometimes a hidden rarity appears where nobody expects it. Many people become excited when they find an old penny that looks dark, dirty, scratched, or heavily worn, believing age alone must mean value. But in reality, heavy wear usually lowers a coin's worth. Collectors often prefer pennies with bright surfaces, strong detail, and original color. A dirty coin may tell a story of years spent in circulation, but it usually does not increase value on its own. Still, there is one major exception that keeps hope alive: minting errors. A normal 1989 penny might only be worth face value, but an unusual error can completely change the story. If the coin shows doubled letters, off-center striking, missing details, or strange flaws created during production, collectors may suddenly become very interested. Rare error pennies sometimes sell for impressive amounts because they are unique and difficult to find. This is why experienced collectors inspect every coin closely instead of spending it without looking. Another important detail about the 1989 penny is its composition. By this time, most Lincoln cents were no longer made mostly of copper. Earlier pennies carried heavier copper content, but in the 1980s the composition changed to a zinc core with a thin copper coating. This creates another area of excitement for collectors because transitional metal errors from different years sometimes become extremely valuable. The internet is filled with dramatic stories claiming ordinary pennies are worth $900,000 or more, and while these stories capture attention, the reality is more complicated. Coins that truly sell for huge amounts are incredibly rare, historically important, or unique because of major minting mistakes. A normal 1989 Lincoln penny without a mint mark will not make someone a billionaire overnight, but rare varieties, unusual errors, and perfectly preserved examples can absolutely surprise collectors with higher values than most people ever expect. What makes this penny truly fascinating is not just money, it is history. This small coin traveled through everyday American life, quietly passing from hand to hand while witnessing a changing world. Every scratch, every faded detail, and every year stamped on the coin tells part of a larger story. So before spending a 1989 Lincoln penny without thinking twice, take a closer look, examine the date, study the condition, and search for anything unusual. Because in the world of coin collecting, Extraordinary discoveries sometimes begin with the smallest coin of all. The story of a 1999 Lincoln penny with no mint mark turning into a hidden treasure worth thousands, or even shocking amounts of money, is exactly the kind of mystery that makes collectors stop and check every coin carefully. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 1-cent coin, something most people throw into a jar without a second thought. But in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest penny can sometimes hide an extraordinary story. The Lincoln cent from 1999 featuring President Abraham Lincoln is one of those coins that continues to spark curiosity among collectors in the United States. One of the biggest reasons people become excited is the phrase, "no mint mark." Many instantly believe that if a coin has no letter beneath the date, it must be rare or valuable. But here is an important truth that surprises many people. For a 1999 Lincoln penny, no mint mark is completely normal. This simply means the penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, where pennies were often produced without a mint letter. So, by itself, the missing mint mark does not make the coin rare. Now imagine the year 1999, the final year before the world entered a new millennium. America was filled with excitement. Technology was growing rapidly, and millions upon millions of pennies were being made for everyday use. These coins passed through grocery stores, gas stations, vending machines, and pockets across the country. Because so many were produced, most regular 1999 pennies are common today. Yet collectors continue searching through them, because sometimes rare surprises hide inside ordinary coins. Many people feel excitement when they discover an old penny that looks dark, scratched, or dirty. It feels mysterious, almost as if age alone should create value. But in reality, heavy wear usually lowers a coin's worth. Collectors often prefer coins with bright surfaces, sharp detail, and original shine. A dirty coin may tell a story of years spent moving through countless hands, but it does not automatically mean treasure. Still, there's one thing that can completely change the story of a 1999 penny: minting errors. This is where the excitement becomes real. If a penny shows doubled letters, off-center striking, missing details, unusual cracks, or metal mistakes during production, collectors suddenly pay attention. Rare error coins are different from ordinary examples because they are unique, and uniqueness creates demand. Some unusual Lincoln cents have surprised collectors with impressive values because of these rare mistakes. Another fascinating detail about the 1999 Lincoln penny is its metal composition. By this time, pennies were no longer mostly copper like older cents from decades earlier. Instead, they had a zinc core covered with a thin copper layer. That change makes modern pennies feel different from older heavy copper cents and adds another layer of curiosity for collectors who compare different eras of coin production. The internet is full of dramatic stories claiming ordinary pennies are worth $900,000 or more, and while those stories capture attention, the reality is usually very different. Coins that truly sell for huge amounts are extremely rare, historically important, or completely unique because of major minting mistakes. A normal 1999 Lincoln penny, without a mint mark, will not make someone a billionaire overnight. But rare varieties, special errors, and perfectly preserved examples can absolutely surprise collectors with much stronger values than most people expect. What makes this penny truly fascinating is not just money, it is history. This tiny coin traveled to the final year of the 20th century, quietly witnessing a world preparing for the future. Every scratch, every faded detail, and every mark on its surface tells a story about where it has been and whose hands it passed through. So before spending a 1999 Lincoln penny, without looking closely, pause for a moment and examine it carefully. Check the details, study the condition, and look for anything unusual. Because in the world of coin collecting, some of the greatest discoveries begin with coins most people overlook every single day.